The last operating principle, and this one I actually get really, really excited about. We call it Design My Career. As a business, we're agile. We're lean, agile, and we run everything through Kanban or Agile. We think your career should be the same process. Here's what I mean. When I sit down and chat to my son who's going through matric, or I chat to any of our staff and I say to them, what's your long-term plan? They all look at me with this gaze that's just, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And what is important when it comes to your career is your ability to design something that is meaningful and valuable. And the only way you can do that is by doing different activities and learning and understanding what is enjoyable. Doesn't mean what you're doing now is going to be what you're doing in the long term. And so we've created this framework that really flips the HR model. And it says, how do I develop myself in a way that is meaningful to me? How do I develop myself irrespective of the time that it takes to get there? Because if you think about most traditional performance management frameworks, every year you sit down and it's like tick, tick, tick box. Okay, fine. You're going to get X amount of an increase and there you go. And it's very, very difficult to track performance and correlate that to career development. What we're doing is we're flipping the model and we're saying, wait a minute, it's up to you to develop your career to where you want to go to, because it's not up to us. And we've created this framework that allows you to develop your skills, your hard functional skills, and it aligns to the softer, more human-related skills. And it takes you towards where your ambition lies. So it's a very, very powerful framework that allows people to find meaning and purpose today. And that is what it comes down to, because you know what? All there is right now. All you have is the work that you're doing in front of you. And if you can get insights and understanding of the value that it creates in your life, all the more power to you. And this is what is important. Certainly in my own life, I've gone through jobs that have been devoid of meaning and have been quite ruthless and harsh. And it's soul crushing, it's soul destroying. And I don't want to be running a business that destroys and crushes people's souls. So we've got this framework called Design My Career, and it really takes you on a journey. And I love the idea of where it takes you and the outcome. But what I love most about this is it's up to you. It's not up to me to take you through your career development. You look at this and you're applying it to yourself. And it's based on your performance through a period of time. And my ideal outcome on this is to create the right data point so that you simply hit a data point, you go to the next step in terms of what is available to you. I don't want to be sitting down with anyone at the end of the year and saying, okay, cool, you've done a great job or you've done a crappy job, here's your percentage increase. Quite the opposite. I want to see someone who really applies themselves based on the principle of what you put into it, you get out of it. Because this is how life works. The more you put into it, the more you contribute, the more value that comes back to you. And it's a simple example. If you want to laugh, you've got to share laughter. You want to be loved, you've got to share love. Trust me, my wife will give me an absolute good smack if I don't demonstrate my love. And the only way to get love back from her is to demonstrate love. This is a very simple human principle. But what this means in Design My Career is you can accelerate your career. And if you're really pushing hard and you're doing the right things, growing in the right way, you're constructively building the value, and you achieve what we would measure at the end of a year in 9 months, why shouldn't you be able to progress? Why shouldn't you get a salary increase? But equally, the other person who's actually doing it in, say, 15, 18 months, why should they get their salary increase early? So we're flipping this model and we're flipping how we think about this. And I think this is a very, very powerful framework that is really disrupting the core of what HR is actually all about. I'd rather create value in everyone's life and have fun doing it than be bureaucratic, painful, and just jaded from dealing with people. I want to be the opposite. I want to leave and be excited that we've created value in people's life and get the energy out of creating value as opposed to just managing by the book here. So this is Design My Career. When we sat down and started this business, we said we're doing it differently. I didn't want to run a business, and certainly Brett and Prin, when we discussed it, didn't want to be part of a business that was the antithesis to this. This gives you a framework on our 5 foundational operating principles and how we thought about the business when we started it. I hope you've enjoyed these. Cheers.